Hi, I hope you are feeling so well. Well, it's yet another day of some Blues news, quite a bit that is happening from Blue Core, quite a couple of stories coming in there to Romelu Lukaku, and then of course to Cucurella. The stories just do not stop coming through, especially on a beautiful weekend like this one when Chelsea started it all off with a 3-0 victory against Luton Town. It doesn't matter who we beat, it's about who is on our face. We beat them, we do well, and we're going to be celebrating and being happy. My name is Desire Derek from Mugumisa. Thank you so much for continuing to watch these videos, and I urge you to subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification button so you cannot miss out on any of the other videos that we shall keep bringing through. I also urge you to follow me on social media, DMugumisa on X and Instagram, at Double D Mugumisa on TikTok. Now let's get into the beautiful stories that there are, because there are quite a number. All right, now let's start off this one with a story that directly impacts this video, and that is one that impacts our background, the story of the shirt sponsor. I know a couple of you have asked me why we still have this jersey in the background. Well, I am a bit not exactly willing to invest in a jersey that we're going to be changing anyways. I'm waiting for the next sponsor, and today we got updates on that particular one, and that is the story on Imminent Athlete. Let's look at that tweet that got to announce that. Good news, Chelsea are expected to announce a new sponsorship deal with Imminent Athlete worth around £40 million per year in the coming days. Now, of course, earlier we had gotten some reports coming in about how that deal was going to be turned down because, of course, of not being so sure about the financial capability of this company, and just really getting rid of any possibilities that our owners are double dealing and allowing us to have money that we shouldn't be having through a shirt sponsorship. It looks like this is being clear because over the last 2 days or so, we've seen that there are a couple of submissions coming in from Imminent Athlete to the Premier League to try and get that deal cleared. Now, with those stories coming in today about a potential new sponsorship coming through for Chelsea Football Club, then maybe there is something positive coming through on that one, and very soon we shall be having a sponsor on our shirts. It's been kind of odd seeing our coaches on the touchline with the Trivago on their tops, because of course they're trainers and all of that, and I think that's the thing they're explaining with that. And then of course the players having nothing. So that looks like it will be changing very soon, and we are excited about that. Speaking about everything blue core, let's go over to France because there is an interesting update over there, and we'll get straight into that one. We did see a couple of tweets coming through about our owners. Oh, well, it ended up being really Egbali down watching Strasbourg, one of the clubs that, well, the only club now that has been bought and put through the blue core, or at least our multiple club ownership model that we've started getting to deal with. And this tweet about that is what caught my eye that I would love for us to look at. Strasbourg fans protesting while Bowley and Egbali are in attendance, according to Cyril Olives. Now, again, the clarification is Bowley wasn't there, it was Egbali that was there. But the protests are the story that we're really following up on in this particular one. Now, for those of us that have no background to this, it is something that also happened shortly after we had announced that, clearly Capital with Todd Bowley and all of those had bought Strasbourg. Now, Strasbourg fans, unlike Chelsea fans, are not exactly excited about being owned by people that own Chelsea Football Club. On their part, they feel that their club should be growing on its own terms, and they will be proud of that. Not watching their club being, in as much as more players come through, more cash comes through, it's not on their terms. They feel like it is because they have to support Chelsea in one way or the other. So they're not exactly excited that they cannot run their own club the way they want to, but now they will have to do as Chelsea pleases, or at least that is how they look at it. Now, a couple of people have also come through and have said it. They are very, very ungrateful people, these Strasbourg guys. We're giving them players that they would never have had. Of course, there was that boost in the transfer kitty that they got coming in from the ownership right there, money they would not have had before. And of course, they've been running their club on a very tight budget, which has changed just now. Well, it is something that we shall continue to watch. One thing that you need to note is that fans in France have usually proven not to be the easiest lot. There are a couple of players, and if you watch that documentary that Neymar put out once, who have clearly stated that French fans are not the easiest fans to play for. There is always criticism coming in from them to their players, to their clubs, and all of that. So, well, we hope that that is just a bit of that, but and one that will get to go away over time, because I think that it's just a matter of time before everyone sees that this can be good for everyone that is involved in that one. But yeah, that happened over there. Let's get to look at another story right here. This one coming in from Fabrizio Romano. Now let's look at that tweet. Chelsea owners at Strasbourg game as negotiations with AS Roma will continue later tonight while Roma negotiate on player side. Roma feel they can reach an agreement with all parties involved within the next 24 hours. More to follow. So yeah, this story is really more about Romelu Lukaku. It comes, and that tweet came after this one. AS Roma now negotiating with Lukaku's camp in order to reach an agreement on salary coverage or pay cut. Direct talks are taking place today. Romelu had more than one contact with Jose Mourinho, who's pushing a lot. Loan fee offered to Chelsea in excess of 5 million euros. Now, you will remember that Chelsea were looking at something more in the region of 8 million pounds. Now, with this fee looking like being the one that has been spoken of and agreed to, it looks like it will be close to half of what Chelsea had expected. But it looks like that will not be an issue. The issue now is on, can Romelu Lukaku agree to cut his wages from all the way up there to about 6 or 7 million pounds a year, so this deal can be agreed, because now Chelsea are not willing to be contributing to that salary anymore. They want whichever loan club takes him pays that salary. However, on top of that, they are also looking to ensure that that money doesn't go up just because this loan to Roma is over and he's back at the club. They're looking to ensure that the next 3 years, which are the only 3 years that are left on Romelu Lukaku's contract, are years on which he's on the terms he's said to agree on just now. So that is a little bit of what the holdup is as far as that deal is concerned, but it looks like it will all be done. So much so that Romelu Lukaku yesterday did speak to a journalist and told them that yeah, he's going or he's flying to Italy today to sign. So for him, it looks like it's all done and dusted. It's for us that we are looking at the obligations and all of these that are getting to happen. But if the man who should be making this deal happen, because it's about him agreeing how much he should be paid, is saying he's going to sign, then maybe this saga is almost over finally. Let's get to move on from that and look at more stories coming through as far as Chelsea is concerned, and that is the big story on Marc Cucurella. It looks like we shall be having a solution to him very, very soon. Let's look at this. Now, Fabrizio Romano earlier reported on this story. Now the Athletic are also picking up on it, and that can only be more of, more confirmation that there is something moving in the background. But yes, the Athletic reporting Manchester United are exploring a move for Marc Cucurella. United and Chelsea have held informal talks, and Chelsea would consider a potential loan move, though the 25-year-old could still stay at the club beyond the UK transfer window closing on Friday. That is according to the Athletic. Now, of course, there are a couple of details on this particular story. The Telegraph are also reporting on this. Marc Cucurella, Marcos Alonso, and Sergio Reguilon. Now, that means that it's not just Cucurella that Manchester United are looking at, well, it's a whole list right there. Now, using the cancellation kind of option, Reguilon, according to Matt Law, is also a target for Fulham, whose interest in him is said to be more advanced than United's so far. So yeah, these are the technicalities around this deal that are going on. So if you're going to be eliminating Reguilon, who is a little bit further as far as Fulham are concerned, if you're Reguilon, you're not going to be quitting a move to Fulham in the Premier League, where you're likely going to be starting games, to go to Manchester United, where you are a stopgap. We shall remember that for Manchester United, Luke Shaw had an injury. They had thought it would be out for weeks. It looks like it will be out for months, leaving them with, Tyrell Malacia, who hasn't started playing just yet because he had an injury from last season, but that would be, a key guy in the left-back position. As Reguilon, are you coming to Manchester United to be benched by him when he returns or something like that? I'm not so sure about that, among other things. So you want to think that Reguilon is out of that because he feels he can get to play at Fulham right there. You have Marcos Alonso coming in from Barcelona. He just went there. He really wanted to go there. Does he already want to quit and come back to England? Well, his position is not so much assured at left back. He could be played as a left centre back and all of that. But yeah, that can be a guy in the options. Marc Cucurella, on the other hand, is a guy that has played pre-season fully. but has hardly played a game for Manchester United. Actually, the 3 games they've played so far, he has been an unused substitute. That is, of course, at Chelsea, Marco Correa. He would be open to a move. And I am one of those that, well, I worry about strengthening a rival, but I would be up for this deal. Why? Because Marco Correa, as it stands, no one can pay the money that they need to pay for him for us to be able to sell him and stay in good books. He needs to be playing somewhere at a good level for his price to go up. So for me, a deal to Manchester United, well, it's not one I would have loved, but I would be happy if these guys can get to pull off that deal. Let him go over there, play some football, maybe even take over the left back position. Maybe it could be Manchester United that come and buy him. If not, someone else can come and buy him and pay us the right monies. Plus, hey, Ian Maatsen gets to stay as our backup fullback right there because Lewis Hall already moved. Now we have 3 guys in that position, and Maatsen has played this year ahead of Cucurella. So maybe, just maybe, that could be something that gets to work out. Let me know in the comment section what you think of all the stories we've spoken about right now, including, of course, one story we didn't talk about. Many people weren't excited about Gordon coming to Chelsea when he was at Everton, especially for the money he was moving for. He went on to Newcastle, not for the money that we were supposed to be buying him for, but, well, still for some good money. He started the season so well. So hot, the way I'm sitting right here. He's been really hot, hasn't he? Would you have taken him now with hindsight and all of that? Would you have taken Anthony Gordon? I mean, we're still looking for a forward and all of that. Looks like we still have a position for him. Would you have taken Anthony Gordon? That and much more in the comment section. I remind you, subscribe to the channel. Let us keep those conversations going. Turn on the notification bell. And yes, let's together keep the blue flag flying high.